And we are back on 100.3 The Ride with more of the Farmers and Merchants Bank pregame show. We are here with Eagles head coach Ryan Mosier prior to the first playoff game, or your first as head coach. How you feeling about it? How you feel practice went this week?
Hey, practice went well. The kids brought a lot of energy. Today it was a little cold, so it was good to battle some adversity. I think it'll be about this temperature when we play. And so it was good for us to get through that. But this week we had really good practice. Everybody was pumped up, ready to go. And, we're excited for this opportunity.
Absolutely. You mentioned the weather there. It's not going to get a whole lot colder. The weather app I was showing you says 67. I don't believe that. For a minute, it'll be about 50 tomorrow about kickoff. And, of course, once the sun goes down, it's not going to get a lot easier. Are you worried about cold hands, or is that going to affect game plan at all? Or
No, today's practice was perfect for that. We wanted to kind of simulate what that's going to be. And you saw early we kind of struggled with that and got better as we went. And so getting used to that's important. But really, once you start the game, that adrenaline, you're not really going to feel that cold.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, we'll start last week with Scott City. Obviously not the final score that you wanted, but, it really is you got to move on. You got a playoff game coming up. How much are you looking at the silver lining of that?
Yeah, we talked about that. That's playing a good postseason team, and they're really talented, and we've got to understand what it takes to get there. So that was good to get us ready for this week. I really felt like the offensive line played well, and when we watched film, they did last week. Just a few things go a certain way against teams like that, and now all of a sudden, you get buried. And so, it was good response out of the kids from taking a beating like that, and so we're ready to go for this week.
Now, we talked post-game also about, the offensive line did get a pretty solid push, especially against a team that's a little bit bigger. You've got a team in Cheney who, unlike a lot of the teams you're going to play or you have played this year, aren't dominating size-wise as much as maybe a Holcomb or a Scott City. Is that something, do you try to then set the tone up front in the trenches? How much is that a factor?
Yeah, the goal is to be the most physical team in the ball game, regardless of who we play. And so, setting that tone is going to be important for us. Cheney, maybe not the biggest team we've ever seen, but they're really talented. And so we're going to have to be on our best game, and I think the kids are ready for that opportunity.
Absolutely. A very talented team indeed. It's been well documented, right? They're undefeated. They ended Andale's streak, and I'm sure they're looking forward to an Andale matchup later down the line. You mentioned, trying to catch them looking ahead a little bit. Are you worried that the kids are worried about the name brand a little bit and the just the Cheney name and having seen that everywhere to have to see it up close?
Yeah, you see it all over social media. Anytime you go play in the West, you're not going to be a favored team, and I'm coming from the West, I guess.
Yeah.
And so when you go to the East, it's focusing, it's one play at a time. Being able to be resilient through that is the goal, and it's not every day you get the chance to go play number one in the state, and what a great opportunity for us, and we're excited and ready to roll for it.
Now, the trip is going to be a long one. It's about 4 hours, a little bit longer. I'm sure the bus will take a little bit longer as well. 4.5 hours there, 4.5 hours back. Worried that they'll get a little bit cold on the way. Do you do anything extra for warm-ups?
It's a long bus trip, and we talk about when you play the game, it's one play at a time, and sometimes these bus trips, it's 1 hour at a time, and so we're gonna hop in the bus, and by the time we step off the bus there, we'll be ready to go and ready to get after it.
All right, it is sudden death playoffs. This could be your last game in your first year. What'll it take to knock off the number one team in the state?
We're definitely going to have to throw the first punch. We talked about it last week, and we didn't do it. And so that's what it's going to take from us. A connected team is a dangerous team. And so if we stay connected and stay one play at a time, anything can happen, and we're excited for that opportunity.
Thanks so much for taking the time, Coach. We will be there all day long and all the way up to kickoff right here on 100.3 The Ride. Mess a little outro up.
Thank you.